Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for tonight's workshop. We are very grateful to have you here with us tonight for what we hope will be an enjoyable but very informative class. So tonight we are talking about healthy homes, healthy families, and both Kim and I will be presenting tonight, and we will introduce ourselves a little bit in a minute. So I think we all know that health and wellness awareness is on the rise, and many products are being advertised as safe and all natural, but are they really all that safe? The packages are certainly pretty and the labels are clever, but the more you dig, the more you find out that this is not always the case. And this is what is known as greenwashing, which is going to be a lot of what we'll be talking about. So we're basically being brainwashed into believing a product is green, natural and healthy when often the opposite is true. So many common household cleaning products can lead to health problems like eye and throat irritation, headaches, brain fog, respiratory issues, allergic reactions, and possibly even cancer. There's links to that as well. So obviously we don't want that, and we don't need to be exposing ourselves to products like that. And just because the product has a picture of a picture of a leaf on the label, the earth, or some other environmentally looking logo on it, does not always mean it's good for the environment either. So this class is designed to help you decide what's safe and give you the tools that you need to start making simple swaps for a healthier home. So we'll now introduce ourselves just quickly. So a little bit about me. If you don't know me already, my name is Fiona Renton. I've been using natural products for about 9 years now. And for me, it all started when Kim came and ran a workshop in my home. And at the time, I was looking for help with stress management and emotional support. But that class also really got me thinking about all the synthetic ingredients in pretty well all the products that we were using every day. I began to read labels, started researching the ingredients, and what I discovered was that the toxic load that I was exposing myself to every day was actually really quite frightening and not at all safe. So from there, I began to make, it was gradual, took my time, but I began to make gradual changes kind of room by room, and eventually swapped all my products over to natural plant-based alternatives. And since making those changes, my health is just so much better. I hardly get sick now. I get way less headaches and have heaps more energy. So now I'm super passionate about sharing what I've learned over the years and about leading a more natural lifestyle in general and helping other people to do the same.
Thanks, Fiona. Thanks, Fiona. So obviously I'm Kim, and this is I found this photo this afternoon and I was like, oh, it's us at a Young Living event. So I've obviously known Fiona for 20 something years now, and I got introduced to natural products when I was pregnant with my now 12-year-old. I actually had been on a bit of a journey before that, but I was what I call mumzilla, or pregnant mumzilla. Fiona will tell you, she was at my wedding. My wedding was pretty casual. A lot of women go bridezilla at their wedding where they're crazy and they, you know, I was a bit crazy about some wine bottles that I wanted printed. but I was pretty calm when it came to my wedding. But when it came to preparing my house for a baby, I was crazy. I literally went through my whole house and I read every label and I got everything out from underneath the sink in the kitchen and the laundry and the bathroom, because we had an old house and we couldn't really put those child safety locks on the things. So I just decided to put it all in a plastic bucket and get rid of it. And I remember thinking, oh, I should probably give this to someone. And then I thought, no, I can't poison someone else. So I couldn't even give this stuff away. But I was shocked at how many cleaning products and skincare products and, you know, all these different products that I had in my house were actually quite toxic. Not just toxic as far as, you know, if a baby got in contact with them and drank them, but just even having had eczema myself when I was younger, so many of these products cause things like eczema and asthma. And I was like, no, I'm not going to have them in my house. I don't want to bring up a child with eczema or asthma. So it's simpler to just get rid of them. So I guess that started my natural journey, and then I got introduced to the oils as part of that and started making all my own natural cleaners and things. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about tonight. So I'll hand back over to Fiona, who will run through what we're going to talk about.
Okay, so we're going to be covering basically 5 reasons to choose natural plant-based cleaning products. So we're going to be sharing our top 15 favorite and easy ways to swap out toxic products in your home and replace them with healthier options. From kitchens and toilets to carpet, we'll be covering a lot. So we'll share ways that you can baby step to a less toxic home.
All right, so 5 reasons, I hope I'm doing this slide. 5 reasons to choose plant-based cleaning products. So the first one is safety, which I've kind of already touched on, but we're going to talk a little bit more about. The next one is the health risks, which obviously I've talked about some of those, the environmental impact, convenience, and most importantly, the cost, because a lot of people think that going natural and green is more expensive. But that's actually not the case. So let's look at safety first. So obviously there are a lot of nasty chemicals in these products, and they affect not just children, but pets. So, you know, like if you're washing the floor with a cleaner that actually says, you know, that you shouldn't ingest it and things like that. Imagine your poor pet that's walking along on the floor with the pads of their feet, and then they're going to lick their feet, or they lay on the ground. I mean, often people contact me wanting to know what products they can use with their pets to help with their pets that have got skin conditions. And I say, well, the very first thing you need to do is look at what you're washing the floor with, because if your pet's laying on the floor, they're probably, you know, getting all those chemicals and stuff into them. But the thing is, have you ever read the back of a commercial cleaning product? Most of them say terrible stuff, or if it's not written on the actual product itself, you can go online and find what we call the material safety data sheet. And when you start looking at those, you'll see that there's so many nasty ingredients that cause all kinds of things like respiratory issues, liver and kidney problems. If you actually read some of these, you would not have them anywhere near your house. There's actually 40,000 chemicals available for use in everyday household products, and many of those have not been tested. The thing is, people often think that these harmful chemicals have actually been tested, but the government cannot keep up with the rate at which chemicals are being released onto the marketplace. There's actually no pre-market regulations that stipulate that chemicals have to be tested. It's up to the company themselves that make the products to do the testing. So it's kind of like, you know, yeah, like people who are making money off this stuff, no, they're not that worried about the, you know, the individual ingredients in the product, so long as they can sell them and make money. And the other thing is that not only are they not tested before they're often released, but the individual chemicals are sometimes tested, but not when they're combined. So if you think about how many different chemical cleaners you use in your bathroom at any one time, and you added all those together, maybe if you put them into a bowl, watch what happens. And sometimes it's like an explosion, like it's so bad, because the chemicals all react with each other. And if you're cleaning your bath or your shower or anything like that, and then you're laying in the water, you're absorbing all of those chemicals into your skin, which really is seriously doing you damage. And as it says at the bottom of this slide, most of the chemicals in our homes are not harmful, but there are a lot that are. And there are about 150 known chemicals that are in most cleaning products that are linked to things like allergies, birth defects, cancer, and psychological abnormalities. So it's pretty scary stuff. All right, so some of the ingredients to avoid. So this is a good slide to take a photo of, because these are the things you don't want in your cleaning products. A lot of these products in the pictures have actually got the ingredients on the back of them, but there's a sneaky way in which companies get away without having to list all the ingredients, and I'll tell you that in a minute as well. So you may not actually be able to see all of these ingredients listed. So the things you want to avoid are formaldehyde, phthalates. So phthalates are actually hormone disrupting chemicals. They're in a lot of perfumes. They give things a scent, and they majorly mess with your hormones because they mimic estrogen in the body and they feed cancer and other bad stuff. VOX, volatile organic compounds, sodium lauryl sulfate. So sodium lauryl sulfate and sodium laureth sulfate, they're pretty much on par with each other, but they're the things that I used to get eczema from. If I go to a hotel and I've forgotten to take my shampoo and I use the shampoo or even the body wash or anything like that at the hotel, I will come out in eczema on my forehead and often on the back of my neck, anywhere where that shampoo has touched my skin. It's also in a lot of dishwashing detergents. It actually gets me out of washing dishes at other people's houses, which is kind of a cool thing, unless of course they use a natural dishwashing liquid, but it's the stuff that makes things foam up. So you think about your foaming up shampoo, you're foaming up bubble bath. It's actually also linked to all kinds of skin issues, not just the eczema that I suffered from. Then you've got MEA, DEA, and TEA. They're in a lot of products as well. Triclosan, they've actually banned triclosan in the US because of being an endocrine disruptor or messing with our hormones. But in Australia, they've actually kept that in the products here, whereas in the US, they've actually got rid of it. And the last one of these is fragrance. And that's the one where a lot of companies sneak in a whole heap of nasty chemicals and you wouldn't even know, because how they justify it is that they say that the chemicals that make up their fragrance or their signature scent of their product, they don't want to give that secret formula away. So it's a way for companies to put up to 1,000 different ingredients in any of their products and sneak them in. So you wouldn't even know that a particular ingredient was in there. And if you haven't seen the movie Stink, I highly recommend it. It's amazing. And it really highlighted for me how these companies get away with this stuff. Over to you, Fiona.
Thank you. So before I jump in there, I'll just ask you or challenge you, you might want to do it later tonight. Have you ever taken a look at the labels on the products in your home? If you haven't, why not open a cupboard tonight in the kitchen or the bathroom, flip it over, have a little look and have a look at the ingredients, and you might be surprised at what you find. So according to an Environmental Protection Agency report from 1985, the toxic chemicals in household cleaners are actually 3 times more likely to cause cancer than air pollution. It blows my mind that the air inside our homes is often more toxic than the fresh air that we've got outside. Even on a busy road, there's some really interesting studies on it. And within 26 seconds after exposure to chemicals such as cleaning products, traces of these chemicals can be found in every organ in the body. That blows my mind. So when combined, chemicals are even more dangerous. And this for me is the most concerning thing of all. No testing has been done on the combined effects of these chemicals or the accumulation of these chemicals in the body over time. So while many ingredients are listed as safe to use in the quantities found in that product, who is looking at the cumulative effect of these chemicals in our bodies? You know, we use just a little bit of that air spray, just a little bit of that floor cleaner, just a little bit of that dishwashing powder. It's just a little bit, but it works out to be hundreds of synthetic chemicals that our bodies are just not designed to have to manage. So harsh chemicals found in cleaners are not only harmful to our bodies, but they also have a major impact on the environment and are huge contributors to environmental pollution. Some conventional cleaning products contain ingredients that are toxic, non-biodegradable, and from non-renewable resources like petroleum, so they harm the Earth's ecosystem. Harsh chemicals may contaminate the water through rivers, streams, lakes, everything that we're washing down the sink, basically, can potentially pose a problem. So we really need to be conscious about what we're using, not just what we're exposing ourselves to in our own environment, but what also we're exposing animals and marine life to. Natural plant-based cleaning products reduce chemical residue buildup in the environment. And did you know that fertility rates of some marine life, such as dolphins, is actually being affected because of the hormone disrupting chemicals that are in a lot of our cleaning products? We use these products and they will obviously wash into the oceans and they swim around in it, which is shocking to think about. Do you want to go?
Okay. The next one is obviously convenience. So it's much easier to clean with a few products that take care of your cleaning needs. Like I mentioned that what I did was I seriously had this massive plastic tub, like, you know, I can't even show you one. But a big plastic tub, not just the small ones. I had that full of stuff, and I actually held on to that for a little while, and I'd take it around to workshops, and I literally would set it up on a table, and it would take up a whole table, and I'd say, I swapped out all of these products for just a couple of products on the other table. And we're going to talk about those today. But it's so much more convenient to have just a few products that do a whole heap of things, rather than, you know, I used to have an oven cleaner and a tile and tub cleaner and a shower cleaner and a glass cleaner and a floor cleaner and a, you know, benchtop cleaner. And I used to have so many different cleaners. And with this, I don't need to worry because, you know, with plant-based cleaners, they do the lot. Like, it's kind of like they're tricking us into this stuff. I also don't have to worry about getting bleach stains on any of my clothes. I have so many bath mats that have got bleach stains on them from years ago when I used to use bleach in the shower or the bath or something like that. And I've kept hold of the bath mats, but they've got tiny little splashes in them. And I'm not worried about accidentally mixing together chemicals. So it's actually worth trying natural cleaners just for the convenience alone. And the other thing is, it makes good sense. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of people say to me, oh, I don't want to switch over to natural because it costs more money. Well, in fact, it's actually cheaper. The cost of buying natural cleaners, because often they're concentrated, so you don't have as many bottles either. So one bottle of the Thieves Cleaner actually makes up 42 spray bottles if you buy the smaller bottle. So that's 42 spray bottles that I'm not putting into landfill, because I'm able to use the bigger cleaner and make up my own spray bottles in glass as well. So I'm not adding to the plastic toxic load. So let's take a look at one of my favorite cleaners and the cost of this cleaner. So as I mentioned, the smaller bottle, you can get 42 capfuls. So you literally take the little cap off the top, which is about 10 mils, and I measure it out and I tip that into my spray bottle. Now, when I'm doing a 500 ml bottle like this one, I'll put 2 capfuls. But most of the time, if I'm making 300 mils, I'll just put 1 capful. And if you do it that way and you get your 42 bottles out of this bottle at a wholesale price, it's actually going to only cost you 95 cents to make up that 300 mils. Even if you put 2 capfuls in, like I've done with this one, that's less than $2. You can't even buy the toxic crap, I was going to say, at the supermarket for less than $2. And if you buy the bigger bottle, and I've got a lot of natural cleaning companies who buy this from me, and they buy 1 or 2 of these a month and they use it in their clients' homes. You know, they're throwing a capful in the mop bucket and they've got their spray cleaners and all of that kind of stuff. And they have different strengths made up for cleaning different things, which you'll see on the back of the bottle. It actually tells you the concentration ratio, but they are amazed at how cheap this cleaner is compared to the other toxic ones that they were previously buying. Do you want to do this one, or you want me to?
No, I can do. Oh, yep. If you can do this one, sorry, okay. I was one ahead of myself.
All right. So basically, what we did here was last year, when sort of we were all in lockdown, I went online and I started buying stuff from Coles online, from the supermarket. And while I was on there, I actually saw a whole heap of cleaners. And I haven't been down the cleaning aisle for that long that I didn't even know how much they cost. So I thought, I'm going to do a cross comparison to work out actually how cheap the Thieves Cleaner is. So what I did with this was I worked out per 100 mil. So obviously a lot of these bottles that you buy from the supermarket are sold in bigger amounts. So they might be sold in a 400 ml bottle or a 500 ml bottle. So I've bought them all back so that I can compare apples with apples to 100 ml price. And this was, as I said, in July 2020. One of the most popular Earth sort of environmentally friendly, the greenwashing that Fiona talked about before, where it's got all the pretty, you know, green logos and things like that on it. $2.24 for that one. Then you look down the list and you've got some that, you know, obviously for mold and some kitchen ones. That, as I say, when you start buying these cleaners, you need one for mold, one for the shower, one for, you know, kitchen, one multi-purpose, all of that kind of stuff. But if you have a look at the price comparison, Thieves in the smaller bottle, 32 cents per 100 mils when you make it up, and because none of the others of these are actually concentrated. So once again, every time you buy one of those, you're ending up with a plastic bottle that's going to end up in landfill. Whereas when you're making it up yourself, you're actually saving 42 or 43, you know, 41 if you keep the bottle, bottles of this spray. And if you do the 1.8 litre, it's costing you 27 cents. So it's a big cost saving on all of this.
So what do you think? Is it time you ditched the harmful cleaners and switched to all natural plant-based cleaning products? Yes. All right, top 15 ways to ditch and switch. So now we've talked about why we should ditch and switch to natural household products, but let's talk about how we can do it. So as I said before, we're going to share our top 15 favorite and easy ways to swap out toxic products in our homes and replace them with healthier options. So we'll be covering from kitchens to toilets to carpet, air fresheners. We'll share all the ways that you can baby step to a less toxic home. And best of all, they come conveniently in a kit. It's actually called the Healthy Homes Kit, and it's a great way to start or even continue. It's a very cost-effective way to get on with your low tox journey. So number one, we will start with the amazing Thieves household cleaner, which Kim has mentioned. So it's a big favorite with everyone pretty much. It's got a really nice smell. It's very versatile. As Kim said before, with this one bottle, you can I was going to say pretty much, but you can actually just throw all of the other bottles out the window into the bin. You don't need anything else with this awesome cleaner. And of course, it's very cost effective as well. So what's so special about it? It's plant-based, it's ultra concentrated. It can be used on virtually every surface in your home. It doesn't contain any nasty Vox that we talked about, no formaldehyde, of course, or phthalates or synthetic fragrances. So we don't have to worry about what we're smelling, what we're absorbing, what our pets are touching, and it's not going to mess with our hormones. Plus, as I said, it smells amazing. So all you have, it's as easy as, you know, adding one capful to every 300 mils of water and you've got an all-purpose cleaner. It really is all-purpose. So if you purchase the 426 ml, which is a smaller bottle of Thieves, you'll get over 42 bottles of all-purpose cleaner, which is awesome.
I just want to add that it is safe for septics, because this is often a question that I get asked. And I basically, since I started with Young Living, I've lived on a septic tank. I've lived in 2 different houses, and my septic has, you know, I've emptied it once. So, you know, like it's quite, you know, very friendly for the bacteria. It's not going to go in there and kill all your bacteria, and then you have to get your septic pumped out all the time. So as Fiona mentioned, it replaces bench and surface cleaners, window, mirrors, floor cleaner, bath, tile, shower, oven and barbecue cleaner. It took me ages to do this. I saw photos of other people online and I thought, oh yeah. But I do clean my oven with it as well. But the barbecue just took me a while, and it seriously is an amazing barbecue cleaner. You can clean the car, your kids' toys. So if you know, I've got a family daycare mum and she washes her toys in this. You can clean your pet's bedding, because as I mentioned, your pet's not going to get those skin allergies. And you can even use it as an air freshener. Has a nice chai smell to it, so it's pretty good for that.
Sorry, and just when Kim mentioned the car, not just the inside of the car, I've washed my entire car, the outside included, with this. Does it? It's amazing for everything.
Yeah. And this is the laundry liquid, and Amanda McKenzie says she loves the smell. Yes, I love the smell too. It smells like chai. People come to my house and they say, are you cooking chai? And I'm like, no, it's just my cleaner. I love Tuesday mornings because we actually we have a cleaner that comes, and when she gets here, I automatically give her a spray bottle of the Thieves, and I give her the bottle of the Thieves to put in the bucket. And the floors upstairs in my house, every Tuesday morning, I work outside for a little while while she's in here cleaning, and then I come back in and it's like, oh, heaven, it smells so good. So the laundry liquid makes your clothes smell amazing as well. But best of all, with the laundry liquid, you can actually get 3 bottles out of 1 if you really want to be cost effective. I don't do this just because I have done it in the past, like to see if it works, but I'm too lazy. We just throw in, because it only takes half a capful. So you can actually get like 64 loads out of a bottle anyway. But if you want to save even more money, you can make up 3 bottles by adding some Thieves cleaner, and people add purification oil, lemon oil, all other kinds of essential oils if they want to add an extra smell. But I actually don't mind it doesn't have a huge aroma, not like the cleaner, but it's quite a nice fresh aroma. If your partner is maybe a mechanic or someone who gets their clothes particularly dirty, you might want to use a stronger, like a whole capful rather than half. But it's certainly an amazing cleaner. Do you want to do the dish soap?
Sure. So yeah, we've got our lovely dish soap, which I was very excited when this came in. A lot of people don't realise that conventional dish soaps and powders, for that matter, from dishwashers, often leave a residue on your plates. So when you start to look into some of those ingredients that are in those products, you very quickly want to be stopping using them, because you're basically eating that residue off the plate. So with this dish soap, super convenient. You don't need to worry about making anything up yourself anymore. And of course, we know there's none of those nasties. We can trust. I can really trust this product. It's awesome.
And once again, you can get multiple bottles out of this bottle as well. I've certainly done that with the dish soap by adding some bicarb soda, because I don't mind not having that foam up action, but some, particularly husbands, feel like it's not working if it doesn't foam up. But remember before I talked about sodium lauryl sulfate and how I used to get eczema between my fingers from using a certain other brand of dish soap that has sodium lauryl sulfate in it. And that's because of the foaming up stuff. Whereas you can get this one to foam up by adding some bicarb soda to it. I don't bother, because the bubbles don't actually clean any better than the dish soap itself. So you just need some dish soap and some hot water and you're set.
The fruit and veggie soak. Oh my God, love this. So let's be honest, who's guilty of just rinsing their produce with water, or maybe just not at all? For most of my adult life, I've been in the not at all camp until I learned better. So if you Google, interesting read, if you Google the Environmental Working Group's Dirty Dozen and Clean 15, you'll see most of our fruit and veggies arrive in our shops with high levels of chemical residue on them. And most of us can't afford to always buy organic produce. So we really need to make sure that we're washing everything thoroughly. So this really does make a difference, rather than just like rinsing with water. Yes, it's good. It's a step up above not rinsing them at all, but this really makes such a difference. I didn't believe it myself until I actually tried it and did a bit of a comparison, which we can see here. We've got one broccoli head. Washed with water or not washed?
Washed with water. So what I did was to cut the broccoli in half. So it was the same broccoli head. So it looked exactly the same. It wasn't 2. I cut it in half, and we washed half of it in water and half in the Thieves fruit and veggie wash. And that was the difference in the color. It was so, like, the other one practically looked gray, and the one that we washed in fruit and veggie wash looked really, really bright green. And I know Danae, she's told me a little secret about the Thieves fruit and veggie wash as well, because I used to use a mixture of the Thieves household cleaner and vinegar as my rinse aid in my dishwasher. You can even use the dish soap in your dishwasher as well if you don't make up your own natural dishwashing powder. And we certainly do that when we run out of our own dishwashing powder. But we started using the Thieves fruit and veggie wash as the rinse aid in our dishwasher as well, and it leaves your glasses nice and clean and stuff like that. So there you go.
Beautiful. Do you want to do this one?
Yeah, okay. So toothpaste. So a lot of people are worried about things like fluoride in toothpastes, and the studies that have been done on fluoride and things like that. So they want to try and avoid that. But actually, there's heaps of other ingredients in toothpaste that aren't quite beneficial for us. They're actually quite nasty. So the triclosan that I mentioned before, that they really don't know enough about triclosan and the damaging effects, but they do know that it's messing with hormones, and that's why in the US they've been forced to take it out of toothpaste and different products, but it's still in the biggest selling toothpaste that we have here in Australia. It still contains triclosan. It's a germ fighting thing. It's in a lot of hand sanitizers, and we'll talk about that in a minute. The sodium lauryl sulfate is what makes a lot of toothpaste foam up, and that's why people get a lot of, eczema and stuff on their face, and even skin issues around their mouth is from that sodium lauryl sulfate. You've got aspartame, which is the fake sugar, like the fake sweetener. I've mentioned fluoride, propylene glycol, and DEA. But Young Living has a Thieves toothpaste, and it doesn't have any of those nasty ingredients in it, and it tastes really, really good. There's actually a couple of different ones. This is the Aroma Bright that comes in the Healthy Homes kit, but I love, love, love the whitening toothpaste. You can seriously notice the difference even after the first time of using the whitening toothpaste. Then there's a foaming hand soap, so that you don't have to have other foaming hand soaps that contain sodium lauryl sulfate in the bathroom, or nasty fragrances. You can once again use the Thieves hand soap. I am absolutely loving the new Luscious Lemon. It smells like Sherby lollies from when I was a kid, and every time I wash my hands, I'm literally just breathing the smell in because it's so amazing. I just love the smell. Once again, I love to be frugal. I told you I was a bit lazy with the laundry liquid, but especially with this, I do dilute it. My girls have one in their bathroom, and they're renowned. They're a bit better now they're older, but they're renowned for like 5 to 10 pumps on their hands, and I'm looking at their hands with all this foaming hand soap. And so what I do with this is I do 1/3 of a bottle of the Thieves cleaner, and I top the rest up with water and shake it up, and it still gets their hands super, super clean. So I love it. All right, do you want to do this, or you want me?
Yeah, I can do it. So yeah, as was following up from what Kim was saying, triclosan is also in a lot of hand sanitizers that's on the market. So it's awesome that we've got this hand sanitizer and the Thieves spray, which is made with 70% alcohol. It can be used for so many different things, spraying down shopping trolleys, which is, I think we're all very conscious of, going out and about and what we're touching at the moment, toilet seats, and just anything that you would normally, that you have to touch. So this, again, smells amazing. It's not drying on the hands because it doesn't contain any of those nasty kind of drying ingredients, that we've talked about.
Yeah, I carry the Thieves hand sanitizer in my handbag, and if obviously to use as hand sanitizer, but if my deodorant isn't cutting it for the day and I forgot to put it on in the morning, I haven't put enough on, or it's just a really, really hot day and it's just not working, I get out the Thieves hand sanitizer and put a pea-size amount. I also do this with the toothpaste when I'm traveling. You can use the Thieves toothpaste as deodorant. All the products are multifunctional, I reckon. And I just put a bit of Thieves hand sanitizer under my arms, and it's amazing. It really, really works.
So let's talk about Thieves. There's a whole range based on Thieves. So what is it? It's an awesome essential oil blend. I think every home should have Thieves in it. It's a powerful combination of essential oils of clove, lemon, cinnamon, eucalyptus radiata, and rosemary essential oils. And it smells really, again, like chai. A lot of people say it's a rich, kind of spicy, really nice aroma. So there's a cool story about Thieves. A lot of people say, oh, it's a weird name, but it's a pretty cool story behind it. It's basically it's a recipe inspired by the legend of 4 15th century French thieves who formulated a special aromatic combination made of clove, rosemary, and other botanicals that we find in today's blend. And they used that combination of botanicals while robbing the dead and dying. And they did it, and they found they didn't get sick using this combination. So the founder of Young Living came across this story, and this is how we've come up with, well, we've arrived at Thieves, and it's so effective and so potent, but we know that it's safe to use in our homes. There's a whole range that we've just talked about, and there's more to come based on the Thieves oil. So it's great for cleaning, it's an all-rounder, surface cleaner, awesome with mold and mildew. When diffused, great at killing airborne bacteria. It's not just for cleaning though. That's why I say every home needs to have Thieves in it. It's awesome to dilute and use on the bottoms of your feet during winter especially, which we're coming into, to stay healthy. So I think of it as the germ buster oil. It's germ busting for cleaning, and it's germ busting for our health as well. And you get a 5 ml bottle of this in the Healthy Home Starter Kit as well.
And I actually say that I actually stole this idea from someone else, but they actually said that Thieves is the most stolen essential oil blend recipe that Young Living has actually created. So no wonder it's called Thieves. So there you go. All right, I have a saying, which is every essential oil I use is a harmful chemical I lose. And that's just so true, because I have replaced so many chemicals in my home by just substituting essential oils. So not only have I replaced chemicals in fragrances and harmful plug-ins and air fresheners and cleaning products and skincare and all of that kind of stuff with essential oils, you know, they smell amazing, but they have huge therapeutic benefits as well. So in our Healthy Homes kit, you actually get a couple of essential oils. You get lemon, peppermint purification, which is great for purifying the air. I love to put it on a drop on cotton balls and put in the bottom of my garbage bin or anything that's a bit smelly. I also make up a great outdoors spray with purification as well, because it's got citronella, lemongrass, and tea tree in it. And then there's Stress Away. Now the name says it all. Every mum needs a bottle of Stress Away. And obviously the Thieves that we've already talked about. So now the thing is, I'm sure that probably if we had a show of hands, most of you would have had one of these oil burners or a wax warmer in your younger years. I know I did. I moved out of home and lived in a house with other uni students, and our house was always mouldy and mildewy and stinky, and I had an oil burner, and I used to put peach oil in it. And even though it smelt nice, I used to get the worst migraines, and I didn't actually realise that it was to do with the peach oil in the oil burner. But what was happening was, by heating that cheap essential oil, I was breathing in all of the harmful chemicals. And not to mention the fact that if you buy wax warmers, they contain paraffin wax, which is a byproduct of petroleum, so it's a petrochemical. But even 100% soy melt contains small amounts of paraffin wax, which are released as toxins when they're heated. And pretty well all, you can get organic soy, but it's too expensive to turn into wax warm and melts. So even if people out there are saying to you that, you know, that you can get organic soy, they're not using organic soy to make soy melts. Soy is GMO, and therefore it's sprayed with nasty toxic chemicals like Roundup and other pesticides. And when you heat those wax melts, they're releasing all of those chemicals that have accumulated in that product into the air, and you're breathing them in. They also contain diethyl phthalate, which causes irritation to the eyes, nose, throat, and respiratory system. So if you have a choice, which would you choose, a cold air diffuser or a wax warmer? The thing about our cold air diffusers is they don't heat the essential oils, so you're getting all of the beneficial constituents that you would normally get in the plant by not heating it. And the pure essential oils are actually the way that nature intended, because of the processes that Young Living goes to make sure that they grow their plants under the right conditions and without any chemicals or nasty pesticides and stuff coming in contact with them. The plants that are then distilled, and when they're distilled in the right way, the oils are, you know, pretty similar in constituents to exactly what the plant would be in nature. You can freshen the air with the essential oils in your diffuser, but they're great for uplifting your mood, great for your emotions, and best of all, it turns off when it runs out of water. So I have a lot of women contact me and ask me about using oil burners in hospitals, and they know they're not allowed a naked flame with the oxygen and all that kind of stuff. So they get a cold air diffuser instead, which is much better. And best of all, you can still, if you get the Desert Mist or even the Lantern diffuser, both of those come with a beautiful candle flickering mode. And it's kind of like having a candle in your house or in your labour ward anyway. Want me to do this one?
Yeah, I think I'm out of whack here.
All right. So who is ready to make the switch to natural plant-based products? All right. So if you aren't already a member with Young Living, we have a great offer for you, and that is that tonight when you get started with us, you can get a free wholesale account, which means that you can actually save 24% off the retail price of all the products that you buy, not just now, but into the future, so long as you place one order a year. So there's no sort of lock-in contract or anything like that. You just need to place an order a year and you'll continue to receive that 24% off. You also get the support of an amazing community, which a lot of you are on this webinar tonight, so you know about the great community that we already have, where we offer support to use your products, we offer recipe ideas and all of that kind of stuff. There's also Essential Rewards, which is kind of like the Flybuys program or a loyalty program where you get free points to cash in for products. It's totally optional, but it's a great idea to get on Essential Rewards, so that way when you start swapping out and ditching and switching the nasty chemicals and you order your new products each month to try, so maybe first month you get started with the cleaning products, then you want to swap over to natural makeup or natural skincare, you get free points and you can use them for products when you get started. And there's also the option of the monthly paycheck. I mean, who wouldn't want to get their products for free? It's such an amazing deal, and great income option if you're looking for a side hustle. And if the last year's taught me anything, it's super important to have a side hustle that you can rely on, and especially that you can order, you can do from home. I'll let you do this one.
So there's a few options to getting started. So the first is the Thieves Premium Starter Kit. So this one's ideal if you're looking to really replace all of those harmful chemicals that we've talked about with our natural alternatives. So this pack combines all 15 of the products that we've run through, including the Awesome Thieves range and the selection of essential oils as well that can be diffused in the Desert Mist diffuser that this comes with. This is very, very cost effective, and why we suggest you get started in this way, it's actually worth $522, and it's worth $522. It costs $299. So all of those Thieves products that we've talked about, plus the oils that you get are the lemon, peppermint purification, Thieves Stress Away, 2 Ningxia sachets, and a little Aroma Glide fitment for your oils. So that's option 1. Option 2 is the fairly new option to have a customized, what we call a customized enrollment order. So this is where you choose 100 PV or points value worth of Young Living products from their entire range, and you qualify for a free wholesale account. So that means this is an awesome option if you want a little bit of this, say maybe a couple of oils, or maybe you want some of the personal care products and some of the cleaners, or you can mix and match depending on really what you're looking for and really tailor it to what you're after. I've just lost my place. Option 3, beautiful. Thank you very much. So we've got a basic starter kit option, which is $69 plus the products of your choice. So you can order a basic starter kit, and then you can order whichever product your heart desires and save 24% off those. So you might choose the Thieves Household Cleaner, the Foaming Hand Soap, toothpaste, sanitizer, or any of the 600 plus products that Young Living now has to offer. And this also qualifies you for the wholesale account. So you save that 24% on all future purchases with no obligation, of course.
And I realised that the graphic on this one, and the basic starter kit has actually changed in price. It's actually $10 cheaper.
Oh, sorry, it has too.
Yeah, I forgot about it. So I forgot to update your script, sorry.
Thank you. It is too.
But it also comes with a lavender wellness oil now. So that's pretty exciting. So you get lavender wellness oil, which is great for sleep and skin, and traditionally used in aromatherapy for a whole heap of things. So that's really exciting that that comes in that option as well. I mentioned before Essential Rewards, and Young Living actually has great bundles that you can get on Essential Rewards, which save you even more money when you bundle stuff together. So once you get started with Young Living, and I actually say that that Healthy Homes kit is a few months. For some people, I know people who have stretched out that Healthy Homes kit for a whole year. They've ordered other stuff in between to try out, Ninja or the shampoos and conditioners and things like that, but they've managed to stretch that kit out. And then on the next time then they've needed to top up, they've bought one of these Thieves Essential Rewards kits to top up their products, and they saved, I think it's around $50 that you save by buying this kit as well. So, but this is exclusive to people that are on Essential Rewards. So it's another reason to get on Essential Rewards. Now, if you're not already a member of Young Living and you'd like to get started tonight, we do have a very special welcome gift to our team. So every team member in our team actually customizes the welcome pack to suit you and your individual needs and what you're interested in. But you will get a copy of this book, which is called our welcome book. In there is a whole heap of recipes, some ideas how to use your oils and your products, information on how to get further training and support and education. But you'll also get some other gifts from whoever helps you get started. But as a special welcome gift from me, you'll actually get a set of our coloured roller bottles. So we sell these online for $21.99, and you will get them for free. So you just need to make sure that you let the person who invited you to tonight's workshop know that you did this workshop and that you want to get started. And so as a result, they need to let me know, and we'll post out your free roller bottle set. So that way you can start using your purification, your stress away. You can even color code the bottles that come in this kit with the roller bottles. So that way you know which one's the stress away one, which one's the Thieves one. I put the Thieves in the orange bottle, and that kind of stuff. So there you go. All right, well, that gets us to the end of tonight's workshop. So make sure if you want to get started that you get back in contact with the person who invited you to tonight's workshop, or they might even just shoot you a little message to see what you thought. We're always after tips for how to improve these workshops. So if you've got any, please let the person know who invited you along. Because we love to, provide information and support to people to ditch and switch and to go natural. So thank you for giving up your time and coming on board. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. You'll get an email from the Hot Oily Mama, and that's me, or I might even say Team Bella. And, you can email any questions, or if you need help getting started, I can get you back in contact with the person who invited you as well. Thank you so much to Fiona for co-facilitating with me. You did a great job. Didn't you do a great job, everybody?
Thanks, Kim.
So thank you.